Hi everyone, we're going to look at some vocabulary from our reading today. So let's look at synonyms. Synonyms are words that have the same or similar meaning. Now, as advanced learners, we know it's not enough to know just one word and its meaning. We also need to know other words that have the same or similar meaning. So when we're writing, we have a choice of words and we can use different words. And also when we're reading, that we recognize when words have the same meaning. Now your CASAS test tests synonyms big time. It will use one word in the question and there'll be a synonym to look for in the reading. It won't be the same word. So this is good test practice as well. So looking at synonyms, let's take a look at the first sentence. She has a basic or elementary or rudimentary education. What kind of education? Basic. What kind of education? Elementary. What kind of education? Rudimentary. So these are answering the question, what kind? So they're adjectives. These words all describe the education. Number 2, parrots have many surprising what? Abilities. They have many surprising what? Skills. They have many surprising what? Capabilities. So these are nouns. They have something. So these are the objects of the sentence. Surprising abilities, skills, and capabilities. Number 3, researchers have discovered that many animals can reason or think. So I know this is a verb because can is right in front of it. Can talk, can think, can reason. I know I have can followed by a main verb. What can animals do? They can reason and they can think. Okay, birds like parrots, what do? They show. What do? They exhibit. What do? They demonstrate. So these are all verbs because they're describing what birds do. So birds is the subject, like parrots, show, exhibit, or demonstrate what? Surprising behavior. That's my object. Bonobos and chimps, that's my subject. What do? They demonstrate. They demonstrate what? Behavior or actions. So behavior or actions are the things that chimps and bonobos demonstrate. So they are the object. These are nouns. Behavior and actions. So you notice actions is plural, it's count, and behavior can be count, but here it's non-count. You could say human-like behaviors or human-like behavior. So human-like is an adjective describing the behavior. What kind of behavior? Human-like. What kind of actions? Human-like. So here these are nouns. All right, now I have a question. Can animals invent or create or produce or dream up new technologies like humans? So these are verbs that go with can. Animals can invent, animals can create, animals can produce, animals can dream up, but it is in question form. So can animals invent? Can animals create? Can animals produce? Can animals dream up what? New technologies is the object, like humans. Parrots can be taught to talk or communicate or interact with humans. So we got a long verb there. What about parrots? They can be taught to talk or communicate or interact. These are all verbs with humans. So with is the preposition that goes with these things. You talk with humans. You communicate with humans. You interact with humans. Now you can also talk to someone or talk about someone. But the other words you can only use with. Okay, and the last one, some animals, that's my subject, what do? They imitate or reproduce or mimic or copy. These words all have similar meaning and they're verbs. What do they imitate? reproduce, mimic, or copy? The sounds of English. That would be my object. So some animals imitate or reproduce or mimic or copy the sounds of English. So all those words mean that they are saying the same words that humans are saying. They listen and they repeat. All right, so those are synonyms. Let's look at a couple of words in more detail. So here I see some tools. Now, I don't think those tools are very high tech. They are not sophisticated, right? They're not power tools. They don't use 3D printing and they don't use electricity. Okay, these are pretty what? What kind of tools? Look at those words to the left. Primitive, advanced, basic, and rudimentary. Okay, these three synonyms would be a good choice. These tools are primitive. That means they were used by early humans. They are basic, right? They're not very complicated. Or they are rudimentary. Those three words have similar meaning, and they can all be used to describe these tools. These tools are primitive, basic, or rudimentary. And the opposite, the antonym, is advanced, or sophisticated, or high-tech. Okay, take a look at this artwork. Whew. Okay, this art is abstract, realistic, or photographic. One of these words describes the pictures. The answer is abstract. If something is abstract, it does not look like what it is supposed to look like. Okay, it is not realistic, and it is not photographic. It does not look like a photograph. It looks like something different. It might have similar shapes or colors. It may convey that idea of the thing, but it is not an exact representation. So this art is abstract. Now, let's take a look at these houses here. Okay, a house is a real, concrete, tangible, or abstract object. Which words could we use to describe a house? Is a house a real object? Yes. Is a house a concrete object, meaning I can touch it? Yes. Is it a tangible object, again, meaning I can touch it with my fingers and measure it? Yes. Is a house an abstract object? No. So in this sense, real, concrete, and tangible mean things that you can actually go up and touch. They take up space. You can measure them. They are real things in the real world. Something that is abstract would be maybe something like math or philosophy would be abstract. These are things you cannot really touch. You can discuss them, you can imagine them, but they are not real things that you can put your hands against. All right, she has something, the art of karate. Well, she looks pretty good. I think she's in complete control. Okay, so learned, mastered, or forgotten. She has learned the art of karate. She has mastered the art of karate. Yes, she has not forgotten. In this situation, learned and mastered could be synonyms, but mastered means she's definitely very, very good. Okay, learned, we don't know. Is she any good? Maybe, maybe not, but she has some moves. All right, now this one, I have a little love story. She's something his affections for her. She's something her other suitors. Okay, so look at the woman. I see the word love. She seems very happy. Why? Because this man has presented her with a pizza. I love you more than pizza. Wow, that's a big love. To love someone more than pizza? Okay, she's very happy with this. She thinks she's found her man. Okay, so what did she do with his affections? What two words might describe his affections? Yeah, she acknowledged. She said, "Yes, I love you too." She accepted his affections. And then she rejected, she dismissed her other suitors, the other men who wanted to date her or marry her. So acknowledged and accepted here are synonyms. You can acknowledge or accept something as fact or as true, and you can reject or dismiss a person or an idea. And that's the end. So you need to text me the word bear to show me that you watched this video. Okay, hopefully that gives you a preview. If you need to go back and look at any of the words again, look them up. Please do that before we get to the reading, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.